What is up, my friends? Our friends at KZ said that's the new Vibe X in-ear headphones, and they sent it to us so we could put them to the test. We're gonna try them right here in the room, practicing to really see what the sound quality is like of these guys, as well as the isolation quality of being able to play the drums without having it bleed through. Let's get into it! And here are the new Vibe X in-ear headphones from KZ. I'm so excited to try these guys out. Let's go ahead and get into the box. In order to get inside this box though, we need a little bit of help. And we need help from the only person who can give us the support that we need. And that is, of course, Knife! Oh yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and check out these headphones. Really nice little box here. And again, we just kind of push this tab out. Ooh, look at those. Very, very nice. Getting a little bit, oh yeah, look at those. I love that like kind of weave design on the outside. And as you can see there, it says, don't forget, the original intention of using earphones is to enjoy music. So with that, let's go ahead and pull this plastic protective sheet off. And here are the actual monitors themselves. Put that down for a sec. Oh nice, they come with these like silicone tips. They're really nice size actually. The 2-pin connectors right there and left and right indicators. Inside you might be able to see some of that, but they're drivers. You can kind of see some of the internals of the headphones right there. But these feel really, really premium in the hands. Let's take a look at the other one as well. Here is the right side, of course. Again, same 2-pin connector. Really nice silicone ear tips. God, that like weave on the outside, that cool design, I love it. It looks so, so cool. We got this pull tab here. We'll put our finger in there, pull it up, and inside we have a couple of different things here. So put that down. Got some instructions. We'll come back to that in just a minute. All right, inside here we have a few more ear tips. Open up this plastic here, because we're big old stinky boys. We got a smaller size ear tip here. Really, really nice silicone. Again, I think this is going to be a really, really cool in-ear system. Last but not least, of course, we have the cable itself. So we're gonna go ahead and open this up. Again, nicely packed. Ooh, nice cable. Woo! Really, really nice cable. It's braided, if that's showing on the camera. There we go. It's braided cable. Really, really nice. It's got a 3.5mm connector. And then, of course, it's got the double pins. All you have to do is just line up the connector with the pins here, and voila. The in-ear is connected. And again, as you can see, it just goes in your ear and it's shaped right around your ear, so that way it fits in there nice and snug. There's independent audio management of muting it and taking it off mute with that button. There's this button as well, and then of course a microphone, so you can actually use these as a talkback as well. All right, now we've got our left and our right set up right here, looking great. So we're gonna go ahead and get these in our ears, see how they fit, see how they sound, and then we'll put them to the test. All right, guys, so now what we've got is our normal 64 audio in-ears right here. They're plugged into the interface. I'm gonna play back a song into these in-ears and put it up to the microphone so you can actually hear the decibel quality, the loudness, all that stuff through here. I know it's hard with headphones to show it without you having it in your ears. And then we're gonna unplug those and plug in the KZ X Vibe headphones and see what those sound like. So you should be hearing a pretty decent amount of audio. Again, this is going straight from the headphones into the microphone here. All right, now let's do the same test, but with the KZ X Vibes. All right, guys, so now we have, just to show you, I'll zoom in right here, Cable City, but I'll zoom in. Now you can see the KZ X Vibes are plugged in. So we're gonna do the exact same test. You might not be able to hear that, but there's a little rattle. These have a subwoofer in them. Whoa, I wonder if you can hear it if I do it this way. Yeah, you can feel it. They actually have a subwoofer inside the headphone. That's crazy. All right, so now what I'd like to do is I'm gonna go ahead and play a little bit of drums, and we're gonna put the isolation quality to the test. So I'm gonna start with the 64 audios. Now we've got the KZ X Vibe headphones going in. And first things first, the fit is definitely better on the 64 audio. Even though these have those ear strips, if you can see that, they just don't quite fit as snug. And I thought it had the wire in there to bend it, but it doesn't appear to be the case. So that's a battle I'm going to be fighting while I play. Whereas again, these guys, as you can see, they have the wire in there. So you can actually fold that in place like that. These ones do not. So they're just kind of barely hanging on. And we're going to see how that influences our ability to play. All right, so what I can say is that these, because they don't sit in the ear as well as the 64 audios, the drums are much louder. You're not getting as much isolation or decibel reduction. That is a bit of a problem because as a drummer, one, we need to protect our ears, but two, if we're getting too much drum bleed into our monitors, we won't be able to hear the music we're playing along to. So it is a consideration. Now, maybe you could get this taped in place or really upgrade the cables to ones that have the wire in them. That's possible. But as of right now, the way these sit in my ears, not ideal. All right, guys, so now we are back at the desk and I have the in-ears in. One of the things I wish that they would have done, and you can already see, look at this one, it's coming out right now. There it goes, is that they would have put the metal where you can actually like bend it around your ear. And I did reach out to my friends over at KZ just to better understand if there was something I could be doing differently to get the fit a little bit better in my ears. One of the things they shared with me is that this microphone that you talk into, as well as that volume knob, things like that, that actually should be on the right side. So I did go ahead and put it on the right side, but what I will tell you is I'm not really getting that much of a difference. If I lean it over or anything, if I even just do a kind of a loose tug, I mean, it just comes right out. So again, it really didn't improve the fit at all, if I'm being honest, but I wanted to at least show you guys how it should be set up, how it should go on your ears, and it might, again, just be a problem with my ears, but yeah, like I said, it didn't really do anything to improve the fit. In fact, if I were to yank on this just gently, they both just come right out. So I wanted to make sure, at least though, I checked in with them, made sure I had this set up properly, before, again, we closed up the review. But I did already film the review portion of this, but this was kind of a little bit of an update where I went back and just double checked to see if there's something I was doing wrong. We got that fixed and really didn't see that much of a difference. So with that, my friends, let's jump back into the review. We'll talk about what I thought about these, who I recommend them for, and kind of the next steps from there. So let's jump back into the review, because that is my number one complaint. These things sound really, really great. These tips right here could be a little bit more premium. I think that because they're such soft silicone, they have a hard time staying in your ears. But the biggest miss is right here with this cable. But like as I was playing, you could even see just sitting here, like they don't stay in my ears very well. You would almost have to like, cause even like, again, one tug and they're out, like one tug and it's out. So that's my only real complaint. There's a couple things I want to talk about. So number one, these are built really well. The actual in-ear drivers themselves sound really good, but almost as good as my 64 audio. These are really, they sound really good. What I like about them is they have like a bass boost in there. So you can, and I showed it in the clip earlier, you can actually hear there's a bass or a vibration that is captured in these when there's that low end. So I really, really like that about these. I also like that the 3.5 millimeter or the 1/8 inch right here is at a right angle. I like that a lot when companies do that because, again, you know, a lot of us have packs where this goes right in like this. You know, if we're wearing an ear pack or maybe we have a wireless receiver, something like that, it's nice to have that ability to do that. As well as I like that it has this kind of microphone on here, which again, I think for like cell phone usage, or if you're using this just to kind of casually listen to music, or maybe watch videos on your phone, or if you're using this to casually like practice, these would be great. Again, they're super affordable. They're under $100. The cable itself is really nice. Like I said, these are really nice. The only real issue I have, and it might just be my ears, is that these just have a really hard time. These have a really hard time staying in, especially when you're playing drums. That's really my only gripe with these, but again guys, these are really affordable. They sound incredible. They have bass boost like subwoofer drivers in them. They're a really awesome option if somebody's looking for something that has high fidelity quality, but is a little bit more casual. I would not take these to a show. I wouldn't take these to a rehearsal. My initial plan for this video was to do that, but because these kept falling out and the rehearsal and gig that I had were paid, I didn't want to be unprofessional and bring these along with. So that is something to consider. Had these had the ability to bend and shape to your ear, I would have no complaints because they sound that good. So that would be the only thing I would recommend. Is even the pin connectors here are really, really good. They're really premium. And if you maybe upgraded these silicone ear tips and maybe even just bought a different cable for this, that might be enough to make these worth it. Just a couple options. Either way, I'll link these down below. I do have a discount code, so if you want to try these out for yourself, make sure to hit the link down below and use my discount code. It will only work with the link down below. If you don't use the link below, the discount code will not get you a discount for these headphones. So my final verdict on these guys is they sound really, really great. I couldn't believe the volume, clarity, the bass, the drivers that are in here. They sound awesome. That's not even a debate. Again, put up next to my 64 audio in-ears, the difference in fidelity was almost non-existent. So again, that is pretty impressive considering the price tag on these. But it really just boils down to the fact that they don't stay in my ears, and so therefore I cannot recommend them for professional use with these cables. If you want to upgrade the cable, maybe upgrade the ear tips, you're probably in business to get a very affordable but extremely professional set of in-ears. So really think about it, because I had no issues hearing while I was playing other than the fact that they were falling out. So with that, my friends, that's going to close up today's video. Make sure hit the link down below and check out these KZ X Vibe headphones for yourself. Again, get yourself a discount by using the code down below. And if you like this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, follow, share, all the goodies that help this channel continue to grow. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see all of you in the next one.